Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hamagyanatimirandasya Jananjana Salakaya Chaksarmritamira Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manavistam Sabitam Yena Bhuttale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Sapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Tabrakamalam Sri Gurun Vaisnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Saganara Gunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Advaitam Sarutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Vadan Sagana Lalita Sri Sakanitancham Hey Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpati Gopesa Govika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Sattva Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vresabhanu Sutadevi Pranamami Hare Vancha Kalpadarvya Shakti Pasindubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So you will continue. That yesterday we have discussed this part. Still the introduction, very beginning of introduction. I'm gonna share the screen. Yesterday we have discussed about how actually we should understand Bhagavad Gita. In order to study Bhagavad Gita correctly, we have to, yesterday we was discussing, the last meeting we have discussed, that we have to consider Lord Krishna as how it is stated in Bhagavad Gita himself, that Krishna is Bhagavan, and one who have opulences in full, 6 opulences in full. And also we have discussed that Krishna is being accepted as the supreme personality of Godhead by all acharyas, spiritual master, like Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Nimbarkaswami, etc. And also Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And also we have discussed that actually Bhagavad Gita is considered as Yoga Sastra, because over there is explain a lot about yoga, different type of yoga, which means that actually this supreme destination of yoga is means to connect ourselves as the soul with the supreme personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. And also here in this verse, I just make a review that this Bhagavad Gita have been spoken to the sun god from a long time ago, and then he was given by disciplic succession, but somehow or other by the advance of the time, the Bhagavad Gita, the message of Bhagavad Gita as it is appear to be lost. It's mentioned here as appear to be lost. So here Lord Krishna is again speak Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So here now we can continue. That Bhagavad Gita is given by Lord Krishna to Arjuna. And why? Because Arjuna here, Krishna is his devotees and his friend. Yeah. So it is very difficult to understand the message of Bhagavad Gita if we are not devotee. As we have discussed also that actually there is a lot of editions of Bhagavad Gita, and only in English alone there is hundreds of them, and none of them actually giving in the spirit as Arjuna accept this teaching from Lord Krishna himself. They have done a lot of alteration, and sometimes they use the words of Krishna to support their own ideas. And sometimes even in Bhagavad Gita's saying or is delete Krishna from the scene. Why? Because some commentators, they will say that actually it's not Krishna who gave this knowledge. It's actually something other impersonal things. Impersonal things that is in Krishna who spoke this. And many other things that is going on. So Bhagavad Gita is altered, is changed. So in this way, none of them actually is giving the real message. So why this Bhagavad Gita, I say this is important because Srila Prabhupada giving this Bhagavad Gita as it is received by Arjuna from Krishna. So it is authoritative. Without understanding Bhagavad Gita from author in the proper mood or in the proper way, this is not possible to understand Bhagavad Gita. We may get something from there, but it's not getting the real message of Bhagavad Gita. Because in Bhagavad Gita is mentioned, to study all Vedic literatures is actually to understand Krishna. And here, Srila Prabhupada explained also in this part that actually to understand, to best understand the Bhagavad Gita is, we accept Bhagavad Gita in the same modes of Arjuna. That it means that we must be a devotee. And then there are five, here Srila Prabhupada mentioned five ways how actually devotee related to Krishna. And there are different ways how devotees is dealing with Lord Krishna. And here one may be a devotee in a passive state, and the second one may be devotee in an active state, and then one may be a devotee as a friend, one may be devotee as a parent, and one may be devotee as a conjugal lover. So all these things is possible because Lord Krishna it's possible for him to deal with different ways because
Hare Krishna.
yes. So I was waiting, so somehow I recorded some part. And
Okay.
I can repeat the.
But Anyway, I mean, how about Kirti?
Maybe I don't know. It's not. Maybe it's not here yet. It's anyhow.
Okay.
I just reviewing what we have discussed earlier.
Okay.
That I can even repeat this here again. And yeah, we have discussed earlier that actually how we understand Bhagavad Gita in the best way is that we have to accept the message of Bhagavad Gita in the same mood like Arjuna. Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, will be very difficult to understand Bhagavad Gita, or we only get something, but it's not getting the real purpose of Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. So I was just mentioning in the record that you can see also later on about this. I'm making a record and then later we'll post it. So that actually Krishna will have different ways how to deal with devotee. Yeah, says here there are 5. I have to admit. I think Kirti Mataji sending message. Yes. Just continue. Yeah. Just continue. I'm still replying to her message. Yeah. Okay, we can continue here. And there is five way how actually Lord Krishna relationship between Krishna and his devotees. So there are 5 here. One may be a devotee in a passive state, and then second one may be a devotee in active state, and then one may be devotee as a friend, and one may be devotee as a parent, and one may be a conjugal lover. So there is 5. Yeah. So in order to understand Bhagavad Gita, so we have to be in one of them. Especially here, Srila Prabhupada mentioned that Arjuna was in relationship with Lord as friend. So, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And then in this world, the friendship means sometime between equals. Yeah, I mean we have shared many things and different things. But here, Srila Prabhupada having this point, very important point, that there is a gulf difference between this friendship and the friendship found in the material world. This is transcendental friendship. So actually, even when Lord Krishna come to this material world with different incarnation and different, actually he come with his associate. And when we say the associate, it means that Lord Krishna coming to this world with his friend and all relatives like that. Yeah, because Krishna is not alone; he has associate. For example, like if president of a state come to different places, he will not come alone. There will be somebody who guard somebody else to arrange things and many things like that. Even for the leader in this material world, there are a lot of people who come with him. So the same way, actually, Lord Krishna, when he come here to this material world, he's not alone. So he come with his associate. So Arjuna is also Lord Krishna associate, eternal associate of Lord Krishna. So in different pastime, he come with his different associates. always like that. It's not alone. Krishna is not alone. So here, of course, everyone has a particular relationship with the Lord, and that relationship is evoked by the perfection of devotional service. Yeah. And here, now we have forgotten this relationship between God and between us and Krishna. Yeah. So also we have wandering to this different place of material world, billions, many billions times. But we still forget our relationship with Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada also mentioned here is the word Swarupa. Actually, our relationship with Krishna is Swarupa. Our real relationship with God, or with Krishna, is called Swarupa. And then when we get the perfection on the state by performing devotional service, after we advance and after we render pure devotional service to Krishna, then we will attain this Swarup Siddhi. Siddhi means perfection, and Swarup means our particular relationship with Krishna. As above mentioned, there is a devotee in passive state, active state, as a friend, as a parent, conjugal lover, and in many ways. And in Bhagavad Gita, here actually Arjuna is having a friendship relation with Krishna. But later on in this part, Srila Prabhupada explained how Arjuna accept Bhagavad Gita. So it's actually, we should know this. Why? Because we have to accept this Bhagavad Gita also in the same understanding as Arjuna accepted. So Srila Prabhupada mentioned here, quoting from 10th chapter, I just read here. Arjuna vacha param brahma param dhama pavitram paramam bhavan purusam saswadham divyam adidevam ajam vipum ahustam vrishaya sarve devarshir naradhashata asito devalo vyasa swayam chaiva bravishini Rometat ritam vanyayanam vadashikeshava Nahite bhagavan vyaktim vidhurateva nadha navaha. In translation, Arjuna said, you are the supreme personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa confirm this truth about you. And now you yourself are declaring it to me. Oh Krishna, I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. Neither the demigods nor the demons, O Lord, can understand your personality. So in this way, we have to note, it is very important part. The way Arjuna accept Krishna. So also we have to accept that Krishna in the same way in order to understand Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, we'll not be able to understand the message of Bhagavad Gita as it is. It's very important point. That Lord Krishna here is being accepted by Arjuna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So before we studying Bhagavad Gita, so we have to understand this first. Yeah. Why? Because actually this is the supreme goal, or the ultimate purpose of Bhagavad Gita, to understand Krishna. It is stated by Lord Krishna himself in Bhagavad Gita as well. We will come to that part also. Is there any question? If you have any question, you can.
No. I don't have at the moment.
Yeah. And is it clear for you for now? Yeah.
Yeah. I feel.
Yeah.
I'm clear what is the purpose of
Yeah,
Bhagavad Gita and
yeah.
how
Actually,
we should.
it's not only Bhagavad Gita, but all Vedic literatures. The purpose of all Vedic literatures is to understand Krishna. Yeah,
And just think him as supreme.
personality of Godhead. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah. It's meant actually all Vedic literatures is confirming this. But Krishna himself also mentioned in part of Bhagavad Gita that he is the goal of studying all Vedic literatures, actually.
Okay.
So this is the conclusion. So when we in Hare Krishna society we consider Krishna as God, it's not because we want to, but actually that is the fact according to
Okay.
Vedic literatures. Because somebody will try, oh, I can worship this demigod as they want, but actually,
Okay.
what is the fact? Actually, the supreme God is Krishna,
Okay.
and this is not sentimental because sometimes people, oh, I like to worship Surya because he will give me help,
Yeah.
or I will choose. This is my favorite, for example. I will worship this God, or for example, I want to worship Shiva because I like Shiva very much. That is okay, but actually, what Vedic literature says, the conclusion of Vedic literature is saying that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Yeah, it doesn't mean that we lost our respect to demigod. We still consider them. We put respect to them. Lord Shiva, for example, he is the greatest devotee of Lord Krishna or Lord Vishnu. Vaishnavanam Yatha Sambhu. So among devotees, he is the greatest. Among devotees of Krishna, Lord Shiva is the greatest. So we
Can I now I start to have question.
yes.
Thinking about the five. I don't remember what is that five thing called in English. That five thing that Lord Krishna come as as friends, as relative, as.
Yeah.
So
That's part.
why we have to be like Arjuna to understand only, like become like
Yeah.
Arjuna to understand Godhead. How
Yeah.
about those who who one may can be a devotee as parent? What is the different, like, if what is my question exactly? I mean, like, to really know the personality of Godhead, you have to be like Arjuna, the devotee, as friend. How about those people who might come as parent or something? Do they get the same result or not?
Yeah, actually the
Like
same.
to understand.
Yeah. Actually, I just need to confirm again that
Yeah.
to understand Krishna, we have to be devotee. Without
Okay.
being devotee will not be possible. And then
Okay.
after we become devotee, after we render devotional service uh, in the pure state, then we will understand after some time what is our relationship with Krishna. Yeah,
Okay.
either in this yeah this five in this five categories. Yeah, actually as a friend, as a parent, or conjugal lover, or in active state. Passive state is like is considered in santaras. Santaras mean we just not actually it's not personal in the personalism because it's not understanding Krishna as how to say as the personality like that because like a Brahma Jyoti like that or just God as a Brahman just God as a light which is all pervasive something like that and then devotee can actually yeah any of them actually is having a different type of relationship but all of them are considered as devotee yeah
Okay.
considered as devotee so it is eternal relationship. So in different states, they have different relationship. For example, Arjuna is as a friend,
Yeah.
and then others devotees like Nanda Maharaj. If you see the Krishna movie over there is Yasoda, Mother Yasoda. They are considered as like a parental. It is called Santarasa Vatsalya Rasa. I mean, yeah, like in the parenthood, like that.
Okay.
And then, like, consider Lord Krishna as a lover. It's like a gopi of Vrindavan, like Radharani is having this. It is very high. It is the highest. This is very difficult to attain this one. This is the highest one. The fifth is the highest one. Yeah. So it's we don't need to think about all these things. Whoa, what is actually my, after we render our devotional service in the pure states, later we will manifest to us by the mercy of Guru and Krishna. Yeah. And we don't need to find, oh, maybe I'm just speculating. It's not there is no need of that. Especially in order to understand Bhagavad Gita, we have to be devotee.
Okay.
And we have to understand Krishna, how Arjuna understand him first. Yeah. So here, this quoting actually is also from Bhagavad Gita, 10th chapter. We are now still in the introduction. Then, yeah, it's okay. After later on, we will understand also. That Arjuna Vacha means Arjuna saying to Lord Krishna, Param Brahma Param Dhama, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. So, you are the supreme personality of Godhead. So Arjuna accept Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead. So the same way, in order to understand Bhagavad Gita, we have to have the same understanding as Arjuna had, that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Yeah. Otherwise, will not be possible to understand Krishna in the proper way. Because in many commentaries of Bhagavad Gita also, because actually Srila Prabhupada presenting this his commentary in the same mode that Arjuna accepted as it is. That's why Srila Prabhupada mentioned Bhagavad Gita as it is. If you look at at the book, you will see as it is, right?
Yeah.
As it is means originally. There is no alteration. Or original in the same that actually this is the message of Lord Krishna to Arjuna. Yeah. Because in other commentaries, there is a lot of alteration, change. It's very bewildering people in general. Why? Because they use Krishna's word, but actually they change the meaning. Yeah.
Okay.
So we can continue, right?
Yeah.
We can continue. I don't know what is your timing till what time.
That's okay for me. I start work a little bit later in the afternoon, and I finish late. So morning mostly I have time.
Okay. So we can. I have till, let's say, 6:30. I have time till 6:30.
Okay.
Okay, so we can continue. And also making this record that Kirti also later on can hear also. So here we continue.
Yes.
And then after hearing Bhagavad Gita from Krishna, from Supreme Personality of Godhead, Arjuna accepted Krishna as Param Brahma, the Supreme Brahman. Every living being is Brahman. But the Supreme Living Being is Supreme Personality of Godhead, is Supreme Brahman or Param. Yeah.
Can you repeat the first sentence again? Always living creature is Brahman.
Yeah, here we can hear every living being is Brahman here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but the supreme living being is actually
Supreme Brahman.
Yeah, supreme Brahman. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
We are Brahman as a living being, and Krishna is the supreme Brahman. Param Brahma. Yeah, here.
Okay.
Param Brahma, Param Dhamma. And here also there is word Param Dhamma means that he is the supreme rest of or abode of everything. Yeah. So everything is coming from him. But Krishna mentioned in part of Bhagavad Gita that everything is coming from him. Yeah. And then Paramdhamma, he is the supreme abode. And then Pavitram means he is pure, untainted by material contamination. It means that when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we have discussed also. Like yesterday also we have discussing in the evening that I have make a record, but I didn't post it yet. I'll make it post and then everybody can hear also. That actually Krishna is already put his all transcendental energies to these names of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, actually, because holy name of Krishna is none different than Krishna. So also having full energy, full potencies of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. When it will become manifest, it will manifest when we have faith. So that, yeah. And we practice we try to chant our round regularly. Then Krishna will give us purification. Pavitram, he is pure. So yesterday I was discussing that actually when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra correctly, properly, then after some time, all contaminations of these things will be eliminated. Yeah, and gradually means that step by step, we will become pure because Krishna is pure. Is pavitram, idam utama, pavitram. Yeah. Pavitra means is pure. And then Purusam, he is the supreme enjoyer. It means that actually he is the owner of everything. Yeah. Iswaram Sarvabhutanam. And Saswatam, eternal. Divyam, transcendental. Adi Devam, the original supreme personality of Godhead. Adi means the beginning. Yeah, or the origin. And Devam is like, let's say, Devam is God or supreme. Yeah, Adi Devam is called Adi Devam. Is the original supreme personality of Godhead. Ajam is mean unborn. Lord Krishna is not born like us. We have like a biological mother and father like that. But actually Krishna is not like that. Even when Lord Krishna come to this material world, if we read the Krishna book, actually Lord Krishna comes in this material world, appear in the form of Narayan, four-handed. Narayan.
Can you read?
Narayana.
Can I
Right.
Can I see in
the chat?
In this text?
In the page is not written here.
Okay.
But
so Naraya, can you explain again?
Yeah. Lord Krishna, when Lord Krishna appear in this world, he appear in the in the forearm. You have forearm like Narayana. I will write in the chat. Wait.
Okay.
To correctly pronounce that is that Narayan. Narayan is the form of Lord Vishnu. Wait, it's not appear the chat yet. I cannot type there. Okay, I got it now. Maybe. Okay, yeah. Here is the Narayan. Narayan. I guess you can see there.
Narayana. Yana.
Yeah. In Cambodia, maybe they consider Pehnarie. But actually,
Okay.
yeah, so actually four-handed or forearm. Forearm.
Primary. Oh, yeah, we have very similar
Yeah,
word.
Forearm, form of the Lord. Form of Vishnu, Lord Vishnu or Narayan. Yeah, like that.
Okay.
So when Lord Krishna appear, he just appear before Devaki. Devaki is mother, and then Vasudeva is the father. In the jail, actually. There's a lot. Maybe you need to see the the movie about Krishna so that you can understand more. That actually Lord Krishna appear in the jail. In the jail, why? Because the uncle of Krishna actually is very bad person. His name is Kamsa, and actually he here actually when the wedding of his sister, the sister name is Devaki. Devaki is the like a sister of Kamsa, and then he is a very bad person, but because his affection to his sister Devaki, when the marriage of Devaki to Vasudeva, he was personally to be the charioteer of them when the marriage, sometimes when the marriage, there is a procession. And nowadays maybe in the car, but in the ancient time, the bride and groom will be in the chariot. There will be, and there will be procession, right? Even in ancient Khmer tradition also, we have the first come with the bride or groom like that. There is also procession. So the same way, and Kamsa was becoming the charioteer for both of them in their marriage. But on the way, he heard the sound from the sky. Oh, Kamsa, you are full. Now you are bringing you are now celebrating the marriage of the couple. I mean, his sister and his wife and her husband. That the son, the eighth son born of them will kill you. You hear from the sky like that. You hear the sound from the sky like that, and then suddenly he wanted to kill his own sister Devaki. And Kamsa want to kill him. Just try to kill him. And he was forgetting the code of Kshatriyas. It is not proper to kill women, even in the battle, actually. And what to say about here and his own sister? He want to kill, just directly want to kill, and already take the sword and want to kill. But that time Vasudeva, because he is already the husband of Devaki that time, so he was protecting Devaki and then give advice to Kamsa with different argument, and then finally Kamsa not kill her. And then one of the statement from Vasudeva was, I will give when my my son born, I will give it to you, like that. So Vasudeva, after they have son, then really that Vasudeva and Devaki give, Vasudeva give the son to Kamsa. And what Kamsa do? Kamsa kill them.
Mm.
Well, six. There are already six sons like that. 6 or 5, wait, because Krishna is the eighth, and Balaram is saved because he was transferred to another womb. And the 7 is actually Durga.
So meaning that eighth son there is Krishna in that eighth.
Yeah, actually the eighth son is Krishna actually. Yeah.
So he killed Krishna.
No. He will, because it is
prophecy.
He will. Prophecy means
Okay.
prediction from the sky. There is a sound talking about this. There is a sound to talk about this. And then he was very disturbed because he was actually very bad thing. At the time, I don't think he was a king yet, but it's just like a prince, but he is very bad prince.
Okay.
And then he gave all the sons actually, not all. I mean, up to 6. And then actually they was imprisoned, put in the jail. Kamsa put Vasudeva and Devaki on the jail, actually. Put on the jail. So when Lord Krishna appear, is like not normal like a human being like that, but Lord Krishna appear like in the form of Narayan like that. So that's why we can say unborn like that. Lord Krishna has no, let's say, like biological parents like that, like what we see like in here, because Lord Krishna appear as Narayan, as four-armed Vishnu like that. So it's very interesting this, if you can also later on in your time to see this movie about Krishna. So here the point is that we have to understand Lord Krishna as Arjuna understand it. Yeah. It's not only understand speculation, but actually the fact. Why? Because here all the great personalities also having the same statement that actually Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Like here, if you know, usually in the movie, Narad Muni, Narayan, they're always saying like that. Narada Muni, this is the son of Lord Brahma. Asita, Devala, and Vyasa all confirm that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Yeah. So it is not just sentiment. So Arjuna is not just sentiment, but actually, factually, he accepts Krishna factually, that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Not only he himself, but actually all the authorities here confirm that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Also, different spiritual teacher that we discussed before here in our previous meeting, Sankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Nimbarka, Swami, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also confirmed that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. So that is very important before we study Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, we will not get the real meaning of Bhagavad Gita. So that's why it is very important to discuss this part as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then now one may think that, because we pass this, right? Here, not only by himself, but by his authority like Narada, Asita Devala, and Vyasa. Okay. And then also, Arjuna tells Krishna that he accepts everything, what Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita. So the same way, before we study Bhagavad Gita, we need to have this to understand Bhagavad Gita. We have to accept whatever that Krishna said, they're completely perfect. Because he is the supreme truth. Krishna is the supreme truth, absolute truth. I accept everything you say to be true. Sarva meta ritamani. And also another point is that this means that Lord cannot be even known by personality greater than human being. So what to say about us? Even the demigods, sometimes they deluded, sometimes they don't understand about Krishna. So what to say about us with this have a smaller intelligence? Yeah. I will send later the link about different movies about Krishna. Even sometimes Lord Indra, right? Prehan.
I know.
Yeah. So sometimes he was confused as consider Krishna as a human, just normal being, or as like a. If you know story about Lord Govardhan Lila, when Indra was angry to the resident of Vrindavan because Krishna stopped the worship to him. So that time Indra was considering that Krishna is just like a child, like a boy. But somehow or other, later on, Lord Krishna left Govardhan Hill and protect the residents of Vrindavan, that they are protected. And then finally, Lord Indra, he get the lesson that actually Krishna is not just like a child, like a boy, like that. He's actually the supreme spiritual Godhead. Even Lord Brahma also sometimes deluded, bewildered. If we see to the Krishna book also, there is a nice cartoon also about this. Sometimes you can see also. So here, there is the emphasize from Srila Prabhupada also. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita should be taken in a spirit of devotion. Yeah. And we should not think that we equal to Krishna. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because some Mayavadi, they think, oh, after liberated, I will become God. Some people say like that. Yeah. But it's never. So, and then second one, unless one reads the Bhagavad Gita in a submissive spirit, it's very difficult to understand Bhagavad Gita. Because this is great mystery. Yeah.
Mm.
In part chapter 9 is mentioned. Raja Vidya, Raja Guhyam, Pavitram Idam Uttamam. Raja Guhyam, especially this is mentioning about Guhyam. Guhyam is very confidential, or it's like a secret. Yeah. Why secret? It means that it's not very easy to understand. Yeah. Not everybody can understand. Only devotees can understand Bhagavad Gita. And then we can continue again. And you would like to have chanting as well in this morning, or what?
I mean, if you don't have time, I can chant by myself this morning.
Yeah, I can extend. I can extend actually. Yeah, we can chant the last part also.
Okay.
Maybe just 10 minutes, right?
Okay.
It's okay for me. And then we can continue another 5 minutes to discuss this, and then we can continue tomorrow.
Yeah.
So here in this part, I highlighted this. It's the purpose of Bhagavad Gita. The
Mm.
purpose of Bhagavad Gita is to deliver mankind from the Nisayan. Nisayan means ignorance.
Okay.
Nisayan means ignorance.
And okay, you can continue. I will have a
Yeah.
question.
And every man is in difficulties. Yeah. The time when we read in the setting sign, actually, Arjuna, after seeing in the battlefield, after seeing the enemy in other side, and he see a lot of personalities actually, his brother, his cousin brothers, and then also his teacher, and also his grandfather in other side to become enemy like that. So because he is devotee, then he feel compassion. Why I should fight with them? But actually, the long story behind it's not just we're quarreling with the family members with no good reason, but actually here a long story why this war happened as well. So the time Arjuna was compassion, but actually it's not properly compassion. Because why? Because he as a warrior, you know, like a military person like that. So when the duty come in, when the in the opposite side, in the opposite there will be maybe some relative, we should do our duty like that. Yeah, for example, if one police, for example, the police have the responsibility to take care of the society, the community, to make safe. And somehow or other, if the relative or the family member of that police committing crime, so he should act anyway. He should still punish them. He should still
Okay.
do like that. So in the same way like this, because the other side was very cruel. They try to take the kingdom and they try to kill them as well. One try to burn them also in one occasion, and also to put poison, and in many ways actually already and according to the law, it's actually it's not sinful to how to say, to actually to vanquish them for the good reason. Why? Because they're not, so that they not continue to do the sin. Yeah. And then here we come, it's very important here. We have to inquire actually, out of so many human beings who are suffering, there are few who are actually inquiring about their position as to what they are, why they are put in the awkward position and so on. Most of people, they actually just live without this understanding. What is our, who am I? What is my purpose to come in this world? People even don't think about this. Yeah. But Srila Prabhupada here have a strong statement, you know, that humanity begins when this sort of inquiry is awakened in one's mind. Yeah. Humanity begins when this sort of inquiry is awakened in one's mind. So Srila Prabhupada in another part in his lecture also mentioned that if we are not inquiring about this, we are called Dvipada Pashuhu. Dvipada Pashuhu. Dvipada means two leg. Pashuhu means animal. Like that. So by the standard of Vedic literature, by Vedanta Sutra or Brahma Sutra, the conclusion of the Veda, means that humanity begins when this sort of inquiry is awakened in one mind. Who am I? And why I'm come here? And what is my relationship with God? Who is God? unless we are inquiring about this, we are still considered as animal that have two leg, Dvipada Pashu. Yeah, this is the verse from Brahma Sutra or Vedanta Sutra. Ata to Brahma Jigyasa. Atha to Brahma Jigyasa. Literally mean, and then now it is the time to inquire about self-realization. And then human being is very special, you know, among 8,400,000 type of body. Actually, human being is very special. Why? Because we can understand actually. When we come here, born as human being, we can understand this. And that's why we should inquire about this. Otherwise, actually, we're not using the full purpose. We don't actually make the best use of this human being, of his human body. Now we have come to this body as a human being. Actually, there is the supreme goal. But if people forget about this, and then we still consider as animal. Yeah. Also, Srila Prabhupada mentioned here. Therefore, those who begin to question why they are suffering or where they come from and where they shall go after that are proper students for understanding Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. Some people, they just want to study Bhagavad Gita because of for scholarly purpose. I will be very, how to say, advanced in this, like academically. But the study of Bhagavad Gita is not only for academic. That is the secondary. That is secondary thing. The main thing is that we really understand Bhagavad Gita and then put it in our practice. Maybe we're not so expert in reciting Sanskrit, but if we understand what is the real message there and then we practice accordingly, then that is the success. And we become devotee of Krishna, and then this is success. There is no need for us to be very expert in Sanskrit like that. If we have enough intelligence to be very expert on that, that's also okay. That is very amazing that we can share to other people as well, academically. But the real purpose is not just like that. That is secondary thing. If we accept Bhagavad Gita in the proper way and then we become devotee of Krishna, then that is the success. Yeah. But still, also for the purpose of teaching, people, devotees also even need to be like to study academically. Yeah, sometimes, because sometimes also in preaching, sometimes also need to face with scholar and different things. So for devotee who have that intelligence, they should do that also, in the understand it like and present it academically, sometimes like that. But still, the mood or the understanding is that we should understand Bhagavad Gita and in the spiritual, in devotional, in devotion, spirit of devotion. This should not be disappear from any study of Bhagavad Gita. The spirit of devotion. Yeah. Because also if we see the yoga ladder, actually bhakti is actually the supreme path after jnana, after other. Okay, so now it's already 6:35, and then I think we can continue tomorrow for this, and we can chant now. We went together.
Okay.
I will stop recording.